welcome back to Glow Up with Shelly. In today's video, I am going to try out some new brushes. I've got the Morphe brushes by Ariel. This is an 8-piece brush set that I picked up from Ulta. I'm super excited to be trying these out. They are developed, tested, and perfected by the cosmetics artist Ariel. He's a great makeup artist and he's pretty popular, and so I wanted to give these brushes a try. They were on sale at Ulta. I got them for 20% off. They retail for $48, and so I'm super excited to be giving these brushes a try on camera. And then I am going to show you this beautiful eyeshadow look using the Natasha Denona, Natasha Denona My Dream palette. So I'm super excited to be trying this. If you look at this, it's got a gorgeous color story, very winter feeling. You've got some deep purples, you have some reds, you have some beautiful golds and some taupes, and I'm going to do a nice taupey kind of more neutral look with this palette. So I'm excited. It's going to be a quick eyeshadow tutorial that you can easily follow along with. It's my easy transition eyeshadow tutorial. I love doing these, and it's Eyeshadow Saturday, y'all. So let's get started. Okay, so I have my primer on and I'm ready to go. And the primer I'm using today is actually a different eye primer than I normally use, and I'll explain a little bit more about that in a second. So the primer that I'm using today is the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. And this one I am using with the Natasha Denona eyeshadow, mainly because of the cream to color formula. It doesn't really work well with the eyeshadow primer that I usually use, the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. For some reason, the cream to color just gets kind of blotchy and sticks in places to that. So I am going in with a different eye primer today, and that's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eye Primer. And this one is in the color Fair. It's a little bit whiter than my skin tone, but that's okay because we're gonna cover all of that with eyeshadow. And the look I'm gonna show you today is a really pretty sort of neutral look, and we're gonna use 5 colors for this look. So using Ariel's brushes by Morphe, we are going to go in with that first color, and the first color in our transition shade is Unity. And this is kind of a peachy, pinky color and just goes really well with the golds and the browns. And so we're just gonna pop this onto our lid. This is a super fast transition look. And if you see, the Natasha Denona cream to color just really does glide on well with this Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. And sometimes, guys, I just want to let you know, sometimes it is a matter of finding the right product that works with another product. So I had a couple of incidents when I was doing my eyes this morning where I was trying to use the Urban Decay and it was just getting splotchy and gross. And I was like, okay, I just need to do a different primer. And because I had already, because I use different primers, I already know, right, which primer is going to be a little bit more fluid-like. Sometimes it's not the shadow, sometimes it's the primer. So oftentimes when I try an eyeshadow out, I'll try a couple of different primers first to see how those work out. So keep that in mind when you are doing your eyeshadow looks, that sometimes the primer can make a real difference. So we've got a nice little base transition here, and you can see I've only gone in the line of my eye. Just like that. That is all I have done. It's just gone in the line of my eye where my crease is. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the color Nurture right here, and I'm just gonna deepen that crease a little bit more. Just give it a little bit more depth with a little bit darker color right there. And we're gonna cover most of this up anyway. But look at how beautifully that just blends. And I like to blend it into my brow bone. And we're gonna kind of clean it up at the end. So you'll kind of see what we are doing at the end. So A25 brush, Unity, and then Nurture. And then the next thing I'm going to do is, you know me and my clean fingers, guys. I like to press on sparkle colors. So because I don't think that they retain their sparkle as well as when they're pressed in. And so I'm gonna take that color Thrill, and that's that color right there. And I'm just going to press it. I have a little bit on my finger, if you can see right there. And I'm just gonna press it right till I get to the front of my eye, where my actual eyeball starts. So I'm just gonna press it right there, like almost like up to the beginning of my eyeball. And I'm showing you how to do this because you can do this transition look. This is kind of like my signature transition look. You can do this with just about any colors, okay? Any colors. And then with another clean finger, I'm gonna go in with this color Serenity, okay, right here, and the kind of a taupey brown color, but it's got a nice shimmer to it. And so we're gonna also press this one in, and we're gonna press it all over where the eyeball is. And so we're gonna end right there where the eyeball ends. And again, the reason I'm showing you this is because you can do this beautiful transition with just about any shade. And so I'm just pressing it right on the top of that lid, as you can see. And so I'm just gonna do that right there on that lid part. And then I always like taking a clean finger and going back in with that first color, and that color is Thrill. And I'm just gonna kind of swipe it. So I'm gonna take it and just swipe it to where it blends nicely with that first color. So there you have it. There is the transition. And I haven't got any other colors on. I don't have my corner color. I'm going to go in with my corner crease brush, and that is the A7 brush. Okay, so it's kind of a pointed brush. And I'm gonna pick up a little bit of that color Aspiration. So it's a really dark kind of chocolatey brown. And I'm just gonna put that kind of in a V shape at the corner of my lid. And I'm gonna carry it up. I'm gonna pull that up through the crease. These brushes are very detailed, you guys. Like, I'm liking the detail in these brushes. You can get a lot of kind of sharper lines with this. I like that. I mean, I've never been able to get a V this perfect. So the next thing I'm gonna do is go in with the A16 brush. And this is kind of like a detailed almost liner brush, and I'm gonna take that same color Aspiration, and I'm gonna work it from the corner, almost like an eyeliner. I'm gonna pull it down a little bit. I almost wish I'd used these brushes for my eyeliner from the beginning. Like, wow, these brushes are rocking. And then, as you can see, I got right to where my eye begins. As you can see, I got right to where my eye begins. And I'm just going to make sure that my color's right to where that eye begins. Maybe a little bit lower. And then I'm going to go in with that color Serenity again. I'm going to pull that along the bottom of my lash till I get to the inner corner. And I kind of go back and forth and blend it. And then I'm going to take that same color Thrill, that gold color, and I'm just going to put that right there on the inner corner of my eye. Y'all, these brushes are amazing. I'm loving them. This is literally my first time using them, and I'm using them on camera, which is like something I normally never do. So excuse me if I'm like thrilled while I'm putting on Thrill, but I am kind of thrilled. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of sweep it out. Okay, so there you have it. I've got my transition look. This is all ready to go, except I haven't blended yet. So I'm going to go in with the A11. This is a nice little fluffy brush. And I'm going to pick up some more of that color Unity. Remember that pinky peachy color? And I'm just going to kind of blend it with that brown, that chocolatey brown. And that just gives it a little bit more warmth. Okay, that brush does not blend very well, but that's okay. This happens. That's why you usually don't use brushes for the first time on camera. But we are going to go in with that same crease brush, that fluffy brush, and we are going to use that one. It's a little bit stiffer, and we're just going to kind of take that dark brown and we're going to blend that out. Okay, that's not working. Okay, just kidding. So we're going to go in with the A29 brush. And this is kind of like a little flat brush. And we're going to blend out that crease corner. We're going to blend it with that Unity color. Picking up my crease brush again and just kind of blending it like all together. Just kind of getting rid of any lines that I might have in there because you don't want your eyeshadow to look like it has too many lines in it. Right, before I clean it up. Okay, so now we're going to clean it up a bit, and I'm going to take a flat brush. I've had this brush forever. It's a concealer brush. I'm going to pick up a little bit of my Bye Bye Under Eye. And I love, this is kind of how I clean it up. I'm going to clean it up underneath my eyebrows. As you can see, I just kind of go along the base of my eyebrow. And then I pat it because you don't want to smear and you don't want to mess up your eyebrows at all. So, okay, I'm going to take that crease brush, that A25 again, and I'm going to pick up a little bit more of that Unity, that peach color. And I'm going to just kind of pop it over the top as I blend it out. Until very lightly, I mean a very light touch. Just up through the brow bone. Okay. And then I always like to just punch a tad bit more depth right there in the corner. Just so it has a little bit of a more eyeshadowy or eyeliner look. I don't really, after turning 43, I really don't use eyeliner anymore. Now that I'm 46, I like rarely ever use it. A lot of times when I use eyeliner, it's just to kind of give the illusion of a bigger eye. So I'll do it like on the inner corners where my lashes meet, and that's really it. Okay, so there you have it. A beautiful look from the new Natasha Denona Soft Glam palette. And this is a nice look that's kind of like an everyday. It's very neutral. And you can, like I said, you can achieve this transition look with just about any eyeshadow. 4 to 5 colors is all it takes. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time on Glow Up with Shelly.